Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. So, welcome to today's show. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and streaming on New Thought Media Network. So it's wonderful to be back. I had to take a extra day yesterday just for some self-care. So let's get into it because I want to spend some time today doing a really quick recap of our creative series and sharing the last of the four basic tools used by Julia Cameron. So let's check in with this. So I hope everyone's doing well. I am Red Melissa, and I'll do more introductions of myself later on because I'm really excited about sharing the last tool with you today. So, we're in our creative series, which is inspired by the work of Julia Cameron, specifically her classic book called The Artist's Way, probably over 30 years old. And today I'm going to be referring to one of the books in the trilogy of the Artist's Way series. And that book is Living the Artist's Way. So I believe this is the last book in the series, Living the Artist's Way. And she has it as a 6-week course, Experiencing the Artist's Way. And you see, I'm going to show off a little bit. Right here, it says advanced reader copy because I got this before it was available to the public um, due to a hookup with the publisher. So just want to give a shout out to Joe Fostinos, who is a publisher extraordinaire who leads us on our Artist Way journey. So let's recap the first three of the four basic tools. The first one that we talked about is morning pages. So I would love to know if anyone is doing their morning pages, which is stream of consciousness writing. First thing in the morning, 3 full pages, 8.5 by 11 paper. Are you doing your morning pages? One, that's the basic tool to do like a brain dump, to get it out of your head and onto the page so that you free up internal space for you to focus on other things. So that's our morning pages. Two, artist date. Have you done an artist date? Have you done an artist date? An artist date where you take yourself out without anyone else accompanying you, not even your dog, just you. And it could be something that takes an hour or two. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn out event, but it's something that you plan for yourself that is creative and fun for you to do. So it's not running errands. Someone told me they went food shopping. That was their artist date. I was like, no, that is not an artist date. So something creative and fun that you're doing just for yourself so that you can really tap into the creative well that is within you. So that's number two, our artist date. And I may not be going in order. Three is walking. So walking at least 20 minutes once a week. 20 minutes once a week. And again, walking with yourself. No, not listening to anything, not listening to music or podcasts or anything. You're just walking with yourself. A nice pace walk, right? More than a stroll, less than a jog, but like a good pace, not power walking, but a nice little pace, right? 20 minutes. minimum. An hour, mwah, fabulous. But at least 20 minutes once a week. And you will be surprised what bubbles up. It could be like a problem that you were trying to resolve, and there's the answer. It could be, in my case, oftentimes I get a download for my talks on Sunday, or I get another idea for a talk on Sunday. It could be anything. It gets the creative juices flowing by walking in nature with yourself 20 minutes once a week, minimum. Okay, so those are our first three: morning pages, artist date, and walking. So number four, her fourth basic tool doesn't show up until you get to this book. In The Artist's Way, when Julia Cameron wrote The Artist's Way, she only talks about the first three. There is no fourth. There's only morning pages, artist date, and walking. And even in her second book, Walking in This World, Further Steps Along the Artist's Way, again, there's no mention of the fourth basic tool. But when she gets to Living the Artist, even in this one, in Finding Water, let me double check. This is the one that I'm reading now. And I believe, it's just the first three. So even in Finding Water, she only mentions the first three. Now, Living the Artist's Way, all of a sudden, this fourth basics tool shows up. And this is from her own experience of connecting to her creativity, of getting through writer's block, of suffering depression. All of the things that she has gone through has led her to this fourth basic tool that she uses to connect, reconnect, rediscover, recover her creativity. So this was published in 2023, very recent, right? The Artist's Way was published in 1992. So from 1992 to the publishing of 2020 of Living the Artist's Way in 2023, there's no mention specifically of this tool the way that she highlights it in this book, Living the Artist's Way. So, as a tool, like there's mentioning of it, but I don't think it crystallized as a tool that we can use yet until we get to this one, Living the Artist's Way. So, I know you're saying, Red Melissa, could you just get to what the fourth tool is? Yes. The fourth tool is divine guidance. Divine guidance is the fourth tool that we can use. So I'm going to share a little bit. I'm going to check in with y'all first because I just saw Fee's comment here. You have all the books. I have all the books related to The Artist's Way. I don't have all of Julia's books because she's written over 30 books about an array of things. But I am a Artist's Way fan for sure. And I have all the books because I took all these classes with Joel Faustino, Julia Cameron's publisher. So that's why I have all of the books. And I've been going on this journey for the last three years or so. So thank you, Fee. Bonnie, I see you. I overthink normally. Well, we could change that. We can change that. Can't we, Patty? Yes, we can. Thank you, Fee, for sharing the joy news with your circle. Fee is walking several miles a day. Yes, walking Fee King. I love it. I love it. I want to just highlight this that Bonnie is sharing. I can't do the morning pages because I find my thoughts upsetting and don't want to get depressed and anxious. Mm, mm. Julia Cameron suffers from depression as well. And she's had very serious bouts of depression that she writes about in her book. She writes about it a lot in Finding Water. She has a whole chapter about her breakdown and having to be hospitalized. And even in that, she talks about how writing her morning pages helped her. So, I'm sharing the tools and you decide what's best for you. You decide what's best for you. Sometimes writing things out, even the things that are upsetting, even the things that um, can feel like anxiety, and if you're experiencing anxiety, you get to decide the tools that work best for you. Maybe walking is a better tool for you, Bonnie. Maybe divine guidance that we're going to get into today may be a better tool for you. But everyone gets to decide the tool that works for you. Fee shares, I've not done an artist date. Thank you for the reminder. I will plan it this week. As I mentioned, Julia talks about the tool that people have the most challenge with is the artist date because there is a collective consciousness around work, 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 work. And an artist date takes you out of the realm of work into the realm of play. So I would highly encourage everyone to do the artist date because Fee is a writer who is writing. Yes, we are all creative beings and we are all doing things. We are all creating all the time, consciously or unconsciously. We are creating. So I want to share a couple of things with you from Living the Artist Way. And the subtitle is An Intuitive Path to Greater Creativity. She writes this: when we write for guidance, we write out a question and then write down what we hear. The essential message of guidance is the assurance that all is well. Difficulties will work out. We are safe, guarded, and protected. Our guidance comes and we come to rely upon it. Our guidance comes and we come to rely upon it. Now, there's something else I want to share that I thought I highlighted it. Just give me a second. She speaks a lot about how we receive this information, right? So she calls God the great creator. Of course, a writer would, right? She says, I believe in higher realms and in higher forces. I believe our world is touched by them, needing only our consent. Swing wide the gate, and all manner of spiritual aid rushes to our side. Guidance gives us high beams, and we come to rely on them. As we ask to be led, we are led. Ask and you shall receive. So we just ask for guidance for whatever is coming up for us. Now, I know many of us in the Congregation of Joy probably have done exactly this. Ask for support, ask for guidance, ask for help, right? That prayer, help me, right? Anyone pray that prayer? Help me, right? We're asking for guidance. We're asking for guidance, even if we didn't call it divine guidance. So you may have some exposure to this tool already in your life, in your spiritual practices. So Julia invites us to write it out. Write out what you're asking guidance for, and then listen and write out what you hear. Now, this is not part of your morning pages. This is not part of your morning pages. Your morning pages is a stream of consciousness writing. It's a brain dump, whatever's on your mind, right? What am I going to eat today? I have so much stuff to do today. Oh, I can't stand him. Whatever, whatever. Divine guidance, writing divine guidance is very specific. You're asking for guidance in your life for a specific thing. And then you're listening, you're tuning in, and you're writing what comes up. Now, you may say, well, Rev Melissa, what if nothing comes up? That's okay. You keep asking. You keep asking. You ask later on in the day. You ask before you go to bed. You keep asking until you hear the answer, because the answer is within you. The great creator is within you. The answers are always within, always within. We may be directed outward, right? But that direction comes from within. That direction comes from within. We may have asked a question for guidance and nothing comes at that point in time. And then we're out doing our walk and we hear guidance and we listen and we take action on what we hear. I'm going to give you a really simple, practical example that just came down in my memory. I needed a new refrigerator, and I had been scoping out this refrigerator at Home Depot, waiting for it to go on sale. It went on sale, but I felt like it should be more on sale. Like I wanted the price to be a certain price. So I just kept scoping it out. So one day I was doing my morning pages. I did my spiritual practice. I did all the things. And I asked for divine guidance on this refrigerator. I was just like, should I buy this refrigerator at Home Depot? Just like that. That's what I wrote. Should I buy this refrigerator at Home Depot? Right? I had the money. Just go get the refrigerator. So I I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear like, yeah, go get it. I didn't hear anything. So later on in the day, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to Home Depot. I'm gonna get the refrigerator. I'm gonna walk there. So Home Depot is probably a 2-mile walk for me. So I walked to Home Depot. And when I got there, the refrigerator that had been on sale this whole time was still on sale, but the price had gone up. I'm like, what in the world? The price had gone up. It was on sale, still on sale, but the price went up. So I said, oh no, I am not playing this game with you, Home Depot. I am not spending more with it being on sale than it was just the other day. So I said, nope, I'm not buying it. So I leave, I walk back home. The next day, I said, okay, I'm gonna go on my walk. And when I got outside, I said, which way should I walk? Right? Asking for guidance. Which way should I walk? And I hear, go this way. So I go that way. So I'm walking along and I get to a certain area and I'm like, okay, which way should I go? So I said, go this way. So I go this way. And then I hear there's an appliance store around the corner. And I stop walking and I'm like, what? There's an appliance. Oh, yeah, there is an appliance store around the corner. So I go around the corner to the appliance store. I walk in and what's there? That same refrigerator that was at Home Depot, but it was smaller. So I asked the person that works there, who happened to be the owner of this appliance store that has been in this area, not far from where I live, for I think it was like over 70 years. I vaguely recall it, right? Because I'm hardly ever in that area. So I'm telling him, I want this particular refrigerator, but I want the bigger one. So he said, oh, yeah, we could order it for you. Um, all the things. And it was less than the original sale at Home Depot. Less than that. They came, they delivered it for free. They took out my old refrigerator for free. They fixed my water line because the water line was really old and we needed a new one. They fixed it, they changed it and put in a new water line for free so that we could have our ice maker in the refrigerator. All of the things for less than the original sale at Home Depot. Why did all that happen? Because I listened. I asked for guidance and I listened and I took action. So a lot of times we think about divine guidance for big moves in our lives, these life shifting moves that occur in our lives, right? It could be for everything and anything. What should I wear today? Like anything from the smallest thing to the greatest thing, because in the mind of God, the mind of love, and the mind of the universe, there is no big or small, right? There is no big or small. There's just giving. There's just giving what it is that we need, giving what we ask for. That is what it does. That is what the universe does. That is what the great creator does. Gives and gives and gives and gives. And it gives answers when we are open to receive divine guidance. So are you open to receive divine guidance? Are you open to receive divine guidance for anything in your life? And just as I can share when I listened to divine guidance and took action, I could also share stories where I asked for divine guidance and I didn't listen. I did not listen. I did the opposite. It said go left, I went right, and it did not turn out well. It didn't turn out well. So I'm sure that all of us have examples of that. And it didn't have to turn out to be a disaster either, but it just didn't turn out well. You know what I mean? It just didn't turn out well. So that is the practice for the rest of, we're doing this for the rest of April. We're in a new month, right? We're in a new month. We're setting our new intentions, our new creations for April. Remember our completions and creations. So I hope that everyone has taken an assessment for March. Where are you with your completions in March? And where are you with your creations for April? So we're going to talk about that some more tomorrow, just in case you're forgotten. And everyone needs a little reminder, right? So focusing on these 4 basic tools from Julia Cameron, we are writing our morning pages, 3 pages, 3 pages, stream of consciousness, writing, right? No judging, no analyzing, no fixing grammar. We're just writing what is there. We're going on 1 artist date a week, just 1 artist date a week with yourself, no one else, with yourself, no one else, with yourself, something creative, something fun, right? It could be coloring. It could be going to see a film that you've been wanting to see. It could be going to a museum. You could go to the botanical gardens. It's nothing that you have to spend money on either, right? So, an artist date, 1 within the next 7 days. Right, walking, 1 walk a week, at least 20 minutes with yourself, not listening to anything, with yourself in nature, which means go outside. Go outside. You say, I don't have trees around me. I don't have nature. Yeah, you do. Go outside. There's nature right there. So, walking at least 20 minutes once a week. You want to do more? Wonderful. And then 4, divine guidance. You might want to do that as part of your inspirational journaling. You might want to do that at the end of the evening, whenever you want some guidance, write it down. I'm at the point now because I practice so much that I just speak it. I just speak divine guidance, right? And then I listen and then I take action. So whatever works for you, okay? Those are the practices. So let me know how that goes for you. Let me know if you need any support. I am here to support you. You can reach out to me. You can go to I am Red Melissa at, I'm going to pull it up. There it is, strolling on the bottom of the screen there if you're on Facebook or YouTube. I am Red Melissa. You can send me a direct message on Instagram and on Facebook, and we can set up some time to talk. I am a spiritual life coach and an interfaith minister, and I support people in connecting to their yes, living life in joy, being and doing the things that you were created to do and to be in the world now. Without further delay, everything that you need, you have it. You have it. And so we get to access it and discover it and recover it from within ourselves again. And so I'm here to support you in doing so. All right. So we're going to get into some joy news real quick. Let me see. Linda said, I haven't done the artist date yet either. I'm not surprised. Like Julia said, that artist date is the one that's the most challenging. So come on, y'all. We could do this. Morning pages are helping get out of the depression. Yes, Patty. And that is what Julia shared as her experience as well. It's not easy, but she just kept going at it, and she was able to get to the other side of the anxiety and the depression. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, Bonnie. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share one thing in joy news with you today, given the time, and that is our community cafe. Our community cafe is an offering from Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual leader. And every Wednesday, we do offering to the community, meaning you. You don't have to be a member of Rockland CSL. It's open to everyone. We come together, we fellowship, we connect, and we focus on something. And so on the first Wednesday, our focus is on visioning. So we do the life visioning process developed by Michael Bernard Beckwith. I will facilitate and lead us through that process. If you've never done visioning before, that's fine. I will guide you through it. You'll be just fine. It's a series of questions that we ask, divine guidance, and we're open to receive the answers, and we just write them down. So if you want to experience divine guidance, come tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Zoom link is at rocklandcsl.org. It's free, it's open to everyone. Come tonight and experience divine guidance for yourself in community. It is a wonderful, wonderful practice. It's one of my most favorite things to do in community is visioning. So I hope to see you all tonight for our community cafe visioning. Okay, 7 p.m. The Zoom link is at rocklandcsl.org. All right, everyone. So please continue to show up for yourself. I just looked down at the page and this sentence jumped out at me. I'm going to share this real quick. Our guidance is straightforward. Guidance is straightforward. It is direct. It's nothing that you have to figure out. I want to talk about this some more tomorrow because that's the thing. People question, is that divine guidance or is that my ego or is that something else? So I'm going to spend a little bit of time tomorrow talking about how we discern divine guidance. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a wonderful today. Remember, we are living life in joy. We are connected to our yes.